Hello Leo, this is Luke Voulgarakis from LV Life and welcome to your quick tarot for February 2024. We're just going to pull a few cards today to get the general energies for anyone, Leo, Sun, Moon or Rising. And if you'd like a full reading, we can talk about that at the end. Okay, let's see what we've got. Ooh, hello, first card. The Judgment card, but in reversed. So this Judgment card, if you look at it, the most important part here for me is this nudity. So the nudity represents kind of exposure or vulnerability. And in this reverse position, I'm wondering if you're not all that comfortable with vulnerability, which a lot of us aren't, right? And I think that this is saying that for the month of February, it's okay not to be vulnerable, right? I do think that another thing around Judgment is that tides are turning, and also this winged character for me represents something more divine, like a moment happening for a purpose, for a lesson, for a reason. I just think that perhaps there's a lot of inward fear around exposure. So I'm guessing that this energy, particularly for this month of February, is related to working through that before actually starting to become vulnerable and exposing yourself, right? Now, vulnerability is wonderful. I mean, if we think about silly example, like a show like The X Factor, sometimes there can be the best singer in the world on there, but the one that is more vulnerable, the one that you relate to and connect to more, is the one that you root for, right? Tends to be the one that wins the show. So I would just really recommend working on that from an inward perspective so you can get comfortable with how much you can expose and how much vulnerability you're willing to share with the world. But it's not the active doing of that in February, but it's about processing and learning and working with what's inside you to see if you could maybe have that as a goal for the future. And then alongside that, again in reverse, we've got this Seven of Cups. And when I look at this Seven of Cups, I can't help but see this silhouette here as like the conductor of an orchestra, and all of these cups are its orchestra. And so cups can represent emotions or relationships, and I think in the reverse position as it came out, we need to really look into those cups, because when you look at them, like some of them are jewels and crowns and others are snakes and gargoyles. So I think this is very much about the things that go on inside our heads and the emotions that we then feel inside of our bodies because of what happens inside our heads, right? And I think that this conduction of the orchestra is you starting to really work on that mindset. And you've probably heard me bang on about this all the time, but one of my favourite quotes in the whole world is, tell the negative committee that meets inside your head to sit down and shut up. And I think this is very much it, particularly when we pair it with that reversed Judgment card. I think that this is you just really starting to listen internally and recognising that some of those things, those conversations that happen in your head aren't real. Like they're just your mind playing tricks on you. And then that then affects the way that you feel inside as well. So just starting to really observe with curiosity the noise in your head, that monkey chatter, right? And then we've got this upright Eight of Cups here. And when we look at this Eight of Cups, you can see that there are 8 cups standing. I've got the sun and the moon up there, and then in the background, somebody kind of walking away there with that red cloak on. And so interesting that you got the 7 and the 8 together. And so I think that this is very much about recognizing what is stable in your life, what is secure, the cups that are standing up, right? I think sometimes the mind plays tricks on us, and sometimes those tricks that it plays on us are based on stories we make about the outside world or people in the outside world. And I think this is you really starting to recognize who in the outside world is part of your team, who does support you and uplift you, right? And who's got your back. And this is the key here, got your back, right? Because all of these cups are stood up. And so they're all the people that are worth your energy, the people that are standing up for you. And then if you were to turn your back, like this person is in the picture, they've still got you, they're still stood up. They're not people you need to worry about, they're people that have always got your back. So I think that a lot of your processing in February for you, Leo, is really about starting to bring balance back to your internal and external. So the way that you think and the way that you feel, I think, is impacting relationships in your life, or who you think that you can trust and who you can't. So you really need to start bringing those back into balance. So spend some time recognizing, who can I be vulnerable with, who do I have to have my guard up a little bit with, where is it worth putting my energy. You want to be pouring your energy into those cups that have the jewels and the crowns, not the cups that have the gargoyles and the snakes, right? So there's just some sorting out to do in terms of trying to realign your inside and outside worlds, particularly with those people around you that make you question and doubt things. So I hope that resonated. If you would like a full reading with me, you can do that by visiting my website, lukevoulgarakis.com, or pinging me a message and we can arrange that. We can do that via video call, or we can do it at my Wellbeing Centre in Fareham. Also, if you watch this before the 4th of February, this Sunday the 4th of February, I'm hosting a Learn Tarot with Luke workshop for the full day, and there's still space for you to join that if you'd like to. So if you're watching this, whatever social platform you're watching this on, I really appreciate you, and I'd love it if you would like, share, subscribe, anything that you can do for free to help support my cause and what we're doing here. So thank you so much, and have a lovely February. Bye-bye.